Hi, everybody. Judy Tuttle here from Midland, Texas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am on day 7 of casing through the catalog. Me and some of my Stampin' Up! Buddies have partnered together to bring you 30 days of cards or projects cased exactly from the catalog. So that is what we're doing this month. We're on day number 7. I'm excited to show you the project that we have for you today. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I realize that I'm coming on kind of impromptu here, and the reason for that is because I had a funeral this morning. My granddaughter Lucy is having a ballet, well, I should say dance recital this afternoon, and I have to head over soon and help with hair and makeup before she heads to her recital. And then we're going to spend the majority of the evening from 4 o'clock to probably till about 8 or 8:30 at the dance recital. So I'm just squeezing this in where I can, but I think you're going to really enjoy the card that we have for you today. I am going to quickly show you, talk to you about some other things. So this week, Monica and I put together a beautiful, and Jeannie, can't forget about Jeannie, the three of us put together a beautiful card class to go for you, which included these 3 cards, this incredible fun fold card, if you remember. And this is an easel card that Jeannie created. Fun, right? And then this is just your basic beautiful card that was designed by Jeannie as well. Isn't that fun? And then this is we call it a pocket envelope that I created. You can fit cards in there. We've got a face mask. We've got some gum. You can put bone folders. You can put dimensionals. You can put all kinds of things to gift to other people, gift cards. So all of this comes in this week's class to go. You get enough supplies to make 2 of each of these cards and 1 of the pocket envelopes. With any order of $50 or more this week in my Tuttle Up shop, right there at the top of the screen. So if you would like this make and take of this card class to go, all you have to do is put in a $50 order in my Tuttle Up shop, and I will send this to you in the mail. Plus, with that $50 order, you get $5 in Stampin' Rewards to save for later. So think about that. The other thing I want to talk to you about is that I have a sunrise sailing class coming up this next week. The deadline to register is tomorrow. I will make sure that I have the registration link in the description after this video is over. But I started yesterday showing you some of the cards that you'll be making. This is a slider card. I took the slider off to open it up to show you the other day, but this front piece just slides on and it slides across. Oh, you can't see it because my placket is up there. Here, here we go. It's a slider card, so this slides off and on from the middle here, and when you slide it off, you can open it up, and the inside is like that. Isn't that cool? I love this card. So that is one of the cards we'll be making. This is the second card we'll be making. Best wishes. There's a little bit of ribbon under there. I love this card. And then inside it says you're destined for great things. Great for graduation or for someone who is moving on to another job or maybe getting promoted, right? And then the third card that I have made so far, there's one more coming. You'll make 4 cards in this class, is this easel card that sets up like that. I love that, don't you? I love easel cards. So some nice fun projects. Registration for that is coming up in the next couple of, well, it ends tomorrow. Whether you're coming in person at my house on Thursday night or whether you're taking it to go, you'll get a full PDF tutorial of how to make all the cards, and you'll get all the papers, embellishments, ribbon, everything you need to put these cards together, okay? So that is the Sunrise Sailing card class that's coming up. All right, so we're casing through the catalog. Why don't we, hi Imelda, why don't we get started? We are on this page right here of the catalog. This is how far we've gotten so far. So obviously, Florals in Bloom is going to be our projects for the next couple of days. And it's also going to be Monica and I's online class to go for next week. So beautiful cards. Do you guys just love the colors in this suite? And because we're having a suite sale, if you buy one suite, you can get another suite for half price. So the Florals and Bloom suite is $122. It's a mega suite because you get 2 stamp sets with dies, you get the embellishments, and you get the designer series paper, okay? All of this comes in the suite, all right? It's a little more expensive because you get 2 sets of stamps and dies. Hi, Sherry. And they have devoted a lot of pages to this bundle. So I think they knew it was going to be a big hit, which it has been. Now, if you buy the Florals and Bloom bundle, you can add any second bundle to your order and get it half price. So lots of great bundles in the catalog, and there's lots of great bundles that are online exclusive. So check those out. All right, so the card we're going to make today is actually going to be this long, skinny card right here that says, "You make me smile." So cute. So we are going to make a long card today. So we are starting out with a, let me pull it up here, pull up my measurements. Okay, we are starting out with paper that's cloud cover. It is 7 3/4. Let me pull all my pieces out of here. 7 3/4 by 8.5. 7 3/4 by 8.5. Okay, then we've scored it down the middle at 3 7/8. 3 7/8. So there is going to be our card front. Okay. Let me go back over here so I can see you guys. Okay, so that's going to be our card front. Then we have cut a whole bunch of DSPs from this Floral and Bloom. And you're going to just start adding them to the front of this card base. I've just cut a whole bunch. Look, 2 sides. There's 2 sides to every one, right? So we have 8 of them. So I'm going to start just taking my Seal Plus and just adding these strips. I'm not going to worry about how straight they are, how perfectly aligned they are. I am going to try to work a little bit about sorting between the brighter colors and the little more muted colors, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it, okay? So next is going to be, let's do this one. And these are all cut 1 inch by 3.5 inches, okay? 1 inch by 3.5 inches. So I'm just putting them all on here. I'm just squeezing them all in, just randomly, not worried too much about order. I just want to mix my patterns so you get a really good look at all the DSPs, beautiful, that are in this suite, right? Okay, so this one's going to go right here. And then I have 2 more here. So the next is going to be this one. Let's do it like that. And then 1 more right here. So all of these strips are 1 inch by 3.5 inches. Okay, so I'm just putting those across the front. Now I have a white banner that is 1 1/8 by 6. 1 1/8 by 6. But I wanted to banner cut the ends, and I wanted to do that really nicely. So we are taking out of our party banners. Look how many dies are in this, you guys. I think it said 20 dies are in this set. Lots of different size banners. So we're going to take this very smallest one, and I'm going to show you a trick. You can just slide your paper in like this, the end. You can run it through the die cutting machine, and it'll only die cut that flag on the end. And then you'll take it off, you'll stick it inside, you'll run it so that just this banner cuts, okay? And then when you're done, you're gonna get a banner like this with those ends cut like that, okay? So this, I'm going to stamp the words, "You make me smile," and I'm going to do that in cloud cover. And I talked about this the other day. Our cloud cover ink is not playing well with our foam ink pads. So they have suggested that you buy a re-inker and an ink spot, like I did right here. Ink up your ink spot, and then stamp your cloud cover that way. You make me smile. Okay? All right, so now this is going to go on here right like this. Okay? I am going to put this on flat, and then I'm going to start popping up my flowers. Okay? You make me smile. It's going to go right like that. Okay. Now, I have some greenery here that I've cut out of Granny Apple Green, and it is one of the dies that is a part of the Pretty Florals die. So it's this, it's this greenery right here. Okay, it's this sprig right here, and I cut it out of Granny Apple Green. I'm gonna set it kind of right here on this edge right here, and I'm gonna put it on flat. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue. Hi, guys. Aloha from Portland, Oregon. Nice to have you here. Kim and Lisa. Hi, Lisa from Wisconsin. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so I'm doing the card that is at the top of page 41 in the annual catalog. Okay, so there we go. There's my Granny Apple Green. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is fussy cut out one of these big blooms, and I'm focusing on this one right here, okay? So I'm going to take my snips, and I'm just going to cut around that flower, that big bloom. So have any of you sat through a dance recital? They are long, let me tell you. And, you know, I love going because my granddaughter is just so passionate about dance, which I love. She's in 2 dances, but there might be 100 dances. And she's at the very beginning, but one of her dances, her third dance, I should say she's in 3 dances. Her third dance is the daddy-daughter dance, which is where the dads dance with their daughters who want to, those who want to. And it's the very last thing of the whole show. So I will be there supporting her all night long. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to put, I just fussy cut that out of the designer series paper. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here. I'm going to pop this up pretty close between that sprig and the words. So I'm going to go like kind of right like that. Okay. Next, I've already cut out of Timid Tiger some of these blooms and kind of the base of the blooms from Timid Tiger. So here we are. Now I only need one of these. So it is, let me grab those dies again and show you which ones I used. Here they are right here. I used this set of dies right here. Okay. And then the base of those is this set of dies right here. Okay, what I'm doing, because I want the base to be a little darker, right, than the flower itself. So I'm going to find a base. That one doesn't really fit very well. I bet it's this one. There's different sizes. Okay, so that one fits that very well. And I'm going to take my blending pen and I'm just going to blend over this base piece with the Timid Tiger blend. And this is the light one, actually, just to make it a little bit darker. Same shade, Timid Tiger, but just a little bit darker than the flower itself. I'm going to grab my liquid glue. And remember, I'm casing this exactly as the catalog shows it. So, although I would probably add some bling and add some ribbon, it would be really hard for me to leave a card without bling and ribbon, right? So there, see what happens when you blend that base piece? It makes it just a little bit darker, okay? All right, so yes, you went for your nieces, huh, Lisa? Yeah, they can be long. They can be long, but I tell you what else. I used to sit through swim meets for my kids, right? And you would sit all day for two 45-second swims. So it's all part of being a parent, right? Or a grandparent. Okay, so this is going to sit right like this at the bottom right there. So there, that's all you had to do for the card front. Super cute, huh? Now for the inside, we can take some creative liberties because they don't show you in the catalog what the inside looks like, right? So what I decided to do was, I have a piece of basic white here that I'm going to put on the inside. And this piece is 3 5/8 by 8 1/4. 3 5/8 by 8 1/4. So this is going to go on the bottom there. But before I put that on the bottom, I'm also going to add a DSP strip right there across the bottom of that card. Okay, so I'm going to add this on. This is what I decided to do. The other people that are in this collaboration might decide to do something totally different or something not at all. It's totally up to them. So I'm going to add this strip right across the base of that basic white. And then I loaded up the words, "Have a lovely day." Thanks, Kim. I'm glad you like it. Have a lovely day. And if it fits, it will. It's going to fit. I'm going to stamp that right on the inside of this card right here. Okay? So I think I'm going to grab my strawberry slush for this. I'm going to ink it up. And this "Have a Lovely Day" is actually 3 stamps that I've just put all on the block at once. The fun thing about this stamp set is that you can mix and match the words. So, it's a lovely day, you could say. Bloom where you're planted. Let joy bloom. That's what we did. We could say hello, lovely, right? Like all kinds of options there. So I'm going to put "Have a lovely day." How fun is that? I love the script on this. Isn't that pretty? Have a lovely day. And then go ahead and adhere this right to the inside of our card base here. So if you don't have this suite yet, you really need to get it. It was my favorite. As soon as I got the annual catalog, I knew I would be using it a lot. There we go. Have a lovely day, right? Cute, cute, cute. And then here's the card. Or maybe you're thinking of Cuteness Galore of the dance, recital. I don't know. I just assumed you were talking about my card. But Kim, you might have been talking about the dance recital, right? It is cuteness overload. I agree. My granddaughter's 8 and it's so cute. She's so passionate about it. Now, the cool thing is that this card fits into, and I've put so much stuff here. Here we are. A standard legal envelope. So maybe you would want to take some flowers. And let me grab my granny apple green if I still have it. It looks like I do. And you might want to, on the outside, to get them prepared for what is coming on the inside, right? Stamp some blooms right here in the corner. Let me grab my timid tiger, which I'm not sure is still here. We don't have to do, oh, it is. Lucky me. Okay, so timid tiger. I would stamp it off once first. I remembered to do that. Aren't you guys proud of me? If you guys didn't watch yesterday's video, I said several times that you needed to stamp off, and then I didn't do it. Sometimes I get to talking and I forget, right? And then one more is the detail, but this time we're going to do that in straight up ink because we want it to be a little bit, I think I just pulled the wrong one off, so I'm going to grab this other one here. We want it to be just a slightly darker than that stamped off image in the background. So here we go. There we go. So pretty, right? Okay, so here's our card for today from page 41 of the catalog that we cased. And let's pull in the catalog here so you can see how well we cased. So here's the catalog card, and here's our card right here. Do you guys like it? Hi, Christina. Oh, that's okay. You can always watch the replay. This card was fun. It fits into a legal size envelope, so it's a little longer, something a little different, right? Super easy to create, and then I embellished the inside with "Have a Lovely Day." So I hope you guys love it, and like I said, the reason I'm not adding embellishments or ribbon like I normally would is because we're casing the catalog. We're doing exactly what they did. We're not trying to make it any harder or any more lavish than what they did in the catalog. So there's our card for today, day 7. Join me back here tomorrow for day 8. And I hope you guys are enjoying these. We're having fun making them. And you could always use your orders, TuddleUpShop.com, if you would like this week's class, online class to go, or any products from me. I would love to help you out with that if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So God bless, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Bye-bye.